Is this Prince Harry's most damaging moment yet?
Other news today, more drama for Prince Harry and wife Meghan.
They had their HRH titles scrubbed from the royal family's website.
Prince Harry, this is probably one of the worst few months of his life.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
We all know the divorce is imminent. Things are not well in Montecito. I'm just calling it now. It's on my card for 2025.
Oh, you say this is the year they divorce?
It's in my celebrity death pool, this marriage, for sure.
All they've done for 5 years is complain and moan and see themselves as downtrodden victims.
Timing of this was really interesting because all references, lingering references to Prince Harry and Meghan have been wiped from the royal family's website.
Was that Meghan's team had a conversation with a publishing house to gauge interest in the idea for a potential book, the concept for which there was no written or formal proposal.
Well, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have made their first public appearance together since reports emerged the couple were spending time apart.
On a trial separation after months of fighting. Sources close to the pair say the time apart is in the hope of rebuilding their bond after recent humiliation and deals falling through with Spotify.
She hasn't been seen wearing it for all of 2023 as far as I can tell. In paparazzi pictures and in some of the more high-profile events she's done, which are only a couple, we have not seen that ring. And I think that raises a lot of really interesting questions, especially given all the reports about the state of her and Harry's marriage.
I guess you just constantly have to reinvent yourself and come up with new reasons for relevancy when you don't have any actual talents. I mean, everything that they've touched turns to the opposite of gold when it comes to their entertainment company and their Netflix deals. My personal favorite thing about her is that when she did her podcast series for Spotify, she didn't even record the interviews properly. She had producers interview the people and then read a script in her own voice of the questions to be edited in after the fact.
Deep within the walls of Buckingham Palace, a secret is stirring. A whisper so unsettling, it has set the highest circles of the royal family on edge. The rumor that Meghan Markle, the Duchess of Sussex, may be in possession of something far more than just stories or interviews. Allegedly, she holds undisclosed royal documents, emails, recordings, or even video evidence. Hidden files that have never been seen by the public, and more importantly, never officially acknowledged. No confirmation has ever come from Meghan herself, and Buckingham Palace remains tight-lipped. But sources say the fear of what these secret files could reveal is very real. Inside the palace, the atmosphere is said to be tense, almost electric. A quiet panic is growing. Whispers of damage control, emergency meetings behind closed doors, and urgent legal consultations. Why such fear? Because these so-called secret files could challenge everything the royal family has carefully maintained for generations. But what exactly are these files? And why has nothing leaked yet? Tonight, we begin a journey into the shadows of one of the most closely guarded mysteries of our time. The files that Meghan Markle allegedly holds. Files that could change the future of the monarchy forever. Stay with us as we uncover the whispers in the dark.
You know, Meghan, how are you? And are you okay?
That's so kind. I am. I'm better than okay. How are you?
That smile's a little bit over the top. And that single shoulder shrug she has, that usually indicates that person isn't very confident with their answer or their statement.
So, how exactly could Meghan Markle have come into possession of these secret files? During her time as a working member of the royal family, Meghan had access to a world few outsiders ever see. Private meetings, confidential conversations, and behind-the-scenes interactions with senior royals and palace staff. Some sources say she may have gathered these materials over months or even years. But what kind of files are we talking about? Leaked emails, some claim, messages exchanged between palace officials that could reveal hidden tensions or decisions never meant for the public eye. Others allege there may be secret recordings, audio, or even video, capturing conversations that were never intended to be heard beyond those walls. Personal letters from close aides or staff members could also be part of this trove, containing candid thoughts or insights about life inside the palace. Some insiders hint at surveillance footage or security documents, information that would be especially sensitive and explosive. Of course, none of this has been confirmed. It remains speculation, carefully pieced together from various whispers and anonymous sources close to the situation. What is clear, however, is that if these files exist, they represent far more than just gossip or rumors. They could be a window into a royal world the public has never been allowed to see. But why would Meghan keep these files in the first place? And what purpose could they serve? We'll explore these questions as the story unfolds. But first, what is the reaction inside Buckingham Palace to the threat of these hidden files? Stay with us.
But to the world, it's just, what has she been doing? Does she work? As opposed to, oh my gosh, I work so hard and I appreciate what hard work looks like. I like working hard.
The beginning of that clip where she's like, oh my God, yeah, it's so inauthentic.
Inside Buckingham Palace, the atmosphere is said to have shifted dramatically. What was once quiet confidence now feels replaced by a growing sense of alarm and unease. The public sees no signs of trouble because official statements remain carefully measured, if not completely absent. Yet, behind the palace walls, a different story is unfolding. Sources close to the royal family reveal that urgent private meetings have been called multiple times in recent weeks. Senior advisors, legal teams, and close aides are said to be working day and night, trying to figure out how to contain the threat. It is not just about damage control, but about preventing a crisis that could shake the very foundations of the monarchy.
Oh my gosh, look at all these photos about last night. ... Thank you, Beyonce and team, for an amazing concert and a very fun date night. All love. Girl, she didn't invite you to the concert.
She wants all of the privileges that go along with an identity, but she doesn't want any of the responsibility. She doesn't want to do any of the work. She wants the tiara. She doesn't want the public service.
The reports speak of whispered conversations filled with concern and strategy. Palace staff who have worked closely with Meghan are reportedly on edge, nervous about what might surface next. The usual calm and decorum that defines the royal household is replaced by a tense and fragile silence. Some insiders describe it as full panic mode, even if the public does not see it. There are stories of confidential briefings where officials warn about the potential fallout from any leaks. They fear that once the information goes public, it will be impossible to control the narrative. This silent panic shows how seriously the royal family views the rumors about Meghan's secret files. For a monarchy built on tradition, privacy, and image, the stakes have never been higher. The anxiety inside the palace is a reflection of the high risk involved. Could these files expose scandals or private disputes that were meant to stay hidden forever? The thought alone is enough to send shockwaves through the corridors of power. And yet, despite all the efforts to keep things quiet, the fear remains that the files could leak at any moment. The palace is caught in a race against time, how to keep the secret safe before it becomes public knowledge. What comes next may decide the fate of the royal family in ways no one can yet imagine. The contents of these secret files remain unknown to the public, yet many sources say they could hold explosive information. Some speculate that the files contain scandalous conversations recorded in private moments, words spoken behind closed doors never meant to be heard outside the palace. Others suggest the files may include proof of toxic behavior or mistreatment within the royal household, allegedly evidence that could challenge long-held perceptions of how members of the family behave when the cameras are off. Some insiders hint at documents revealing manipulation or power struggles that have been carefully hidden from the public eye. There are rumors of correspondence between senior royals and staff that could shed light on tensions or disputes previously unknown. The files might even contain details of decisions that impacted not just family dynamics, but the future of the monarchy itself. Of course, these claims remain unconfirmed and must be treated as speculation. But if true, the stakes could not be higher. The information could cause damage not just to reputations, but to public trust in the royal family. The possibility that such evidence exists helps explain why the palace is reportedly in crisis mode. It also raises questions about why these files have not surfaced already. What is being held back, and for what reason? As the mystery deepens, we are left wondering what secrets lie hidden inside these so-called secret royal files, and how far their impact might reach. If these secret files do exist, many are left wondering why Meghan Markle has not made them public by now. After all, releasing such explosive information could shift the balance of power dramatically. One possibility is that Meghan is following a careful strategy. Keeping the files hidden might give her leverage, a kind of silent power that can be used if necessary, but does not need to be revealed unless absolutely required. Another reason could be fear of retaliation. The royal family is known for its influence and resources. Publicly releasing sensitive information could bring serious consequences, not just legally, but personally for Meghan and those close to her. Some sources suggest Meghan may also be weighing the impact of releasing the files. She might want to wait for the right moment when the damage would be greatest, or when it could serve her goals best. There is also the possibility that Meghan is protecting others. If copies of these files exist with close allies or family members, there could be an unspoken agreement to keep them private unless things escalate. Whatever the reason, the decision to hold back only adds to the mystery and fuels speculation. The files remain like a sleeping giant waiting in the shadows. Powerful but silent. And the question lingers, how long can the secret remain safe before it changes everything? Some experts and insiders believe that Meghan Markle may be keeping these files as a form of insurance, a kind of safety net to protect herself and Prince Harry from any future attacks or attempts to discredit them. In this theory, the files act as a nuclear option, something powerful enough to change the game if the royal family were to escalate tensions or threaten them again. Having this kind of leverage could give Meghan a unique position of strength. It is said that in high-stakes conflicts, keeping a hidden advantage can be the difference between survival and defeat. By holding onto the files, Meghan might be sending a silent message to the palace. Do not underestimate us or try to silence us. The idea of using secret information as insurance is not new. In many powerful circles, people keep sensitive information as a last resort, a tool for negotiation or protection. If this is the case, it helps explain why Meghan has not released the files publicly. The value lies in the threat of exposure rather than the exposure itself. The files may only see the light of day if everything else fails. This makes the situation even more tense. The files are like a ticking time bomb. Silent for now, but with the potential to explode if provoked. What does this mean for the future of the royal family and Meghan herself? Only time will tell. If Meghan Markle does possess these secret files, it is natural to ask who else might have copies or access to them. Prince Harry is likely one of the closest people to Meghan who could have seen or kept some of the information. Their trust and partnership suggest he may be involved in decisions about the files. Beyond Harry, there are trusted legal teams and close allies who might also hold copies or know details. These individuals could be part of a small inner circle safeguarding the files. However, having multiple people with access increases the risk. The more individuals who know about the files, the higher the chance that information could leak accidentally or deliberately. What if the files do not leak from Meghan, but from someone else in this circle? This possibility adds another layer of uncertainty and fear for the royal family. It also raises questions about loyalty and control. Can the files truly be kept secret if so many people hold them? Or is it only a matter of time before someone decides to reveal the truth? These questions remain unanswered, but the potential for a leak from within the inner circle is very real. The mystery deepens as the web of those involved grows more complex. Faced with the threat of these secret files, the palace is believed to be pulling out all the stops to prevent any leak. Legal teams are reportedly drafting and enforcing strict non-disclosure agreements. Anyone connected to sensitive information may be pressured to stay silent or face serious consequences. Behind the scenes, hush money and settlements could be offered to those who might consider revealing details. These tactics are designed to keep potentially damaging information buried. In addition, there are whispers of intense pressure campaigns aimed at intimidating or discrediting potential whistleblowers. The palace has vast resources to protect its reputation and legacy. Surveillance and monitoring of communications may also be in place to detect any attempts to share information. This creates an environment of caution and fear among those involved. All these efforts show the lengths the royal family is willing to go to contain the threat. They understand the stakes and know that a leak could cause unprecedented damage. Despite these measures, the risk of exposure remains. The question is, how long can the palace hold the line before the secret slips out? If these secret files were to be leaked, the consequences could be enormous. For Meghan Markle, the revelation could either bolster her reputation as a truth-teller or bring new controversies that complicate her public image. Much would depend on the nature of the evidence and how it is presented. For the royal family, the fallout could be even more dramatic. Public trust in the monarchy is built on tradition, discretion, and stability. Explosive secrets could shake that foundation and lead to widespread loss of confidence. Media outlets around the world would likely erupt with coverage sparking a global media storm. Every detail would be dissected and debated endlessly. The palace would face relentless scrutiny and pressure to respond. Politically, the impact could ripple beyond the family. questions about transparency, accountability, and the future role of the monarchy could gain renewed urgency. The entire institution could face a crisis unlike any it has seen before. The files have the power to change the course of history and redefine what the royal family means to millions around the world. This possibility makes the stakes unimaginably high. It also explains why the palace is so determined to keep the secret hidden. So far, the secret files have not leaked, at least not yet. But signs suggest that the pressure is mounting. The tension inside Buckingham Palace continues to grow. The longer the secret is kept, the greater the risk that it could explode into the open. Every rumor, every whisper, every unexpected move is being watched closely by insiders and the public alike. The question on everyone's mind is whether we are now closer than ever to a royal implosion. Could the files be the catalyst that finally breaks the silence and exposes what Meghan Markle allegedly knows? Or will the palace continue to hold the line against this growing threat? The future is uncertain, but one thing is clear. The story is far from over, and what happens next could change everything. The world waits with bated breath for the moment when the truth finally comes to light.